Welcome to Spidell's California Minute. I'm your host, Catherine Zidane, and this week we're covering some recent guidance on the 100% meals deduction as it relates to taxpayers who use the per diem rates. If you're looking for a tax update webinar that covers all the federal and state tax law changes that happened in 2021, register for a spot at our federal and California tax update webinars. You can see a list of dates and topics at caltax.com. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act eliminated entertainment as a tax-deductible business expense for all taxpayers, but taxpayers generally can still deduct 50% of food and beverage expenses that are associated with their trade or business. The Taxpayer Certainty and Disaster Tax Relief Act, which was passed as part of the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021, provides a temporary exception to the 50% limitation on expenses for food or beverages provided by a restaurant incurred after December 31st, 2020, and before January 1st, 2023. This exception allows a 100% deduction for meals and beverages provided by a restaurant during 2021 and 2022. IRS Notice 2021-63 clarifies that for taxpayers using per diem rates, the meal portion of a per diem allowance will be treated as attributable to food or beverages provided by a restaurant. This means that the meals portion of the per diem rate paid to an employee is 100% deductible if paid after December 31st, 2020 and before January 1st, 2023. Notice 2021-63 applies to allowances for lodging, meal and incidental expenses, or meal or incidental expenses only paid by an employer. For self-employed taxpayers, it applies to per diem rates for meal and incidental expenses. The per diem rates, including the breakdown for meals, can be found in IRS Notice 2020-71 for amounts paid to employees from October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021, and in IRS Notice 2021-52 for amounts paid to employees from October 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2022. Earlier this year, the IRS clarified that for purposes of the 100% deduction for meals, a restaurant means a business that prepares and sells food or beverages to retail customers for immediate consumption, regardless of whether the food or beverages are consumed on the restaurant's premises. When determining whether the 100% meals deduction applies, keep in mind that business meals that don't qualify for the 100% deduction, like meals purchased from a grocery store, can still qualify for the 50% deduction. And the 100% meals deduction applies to amounts paid or incurred after December 31st, 2020 and before January 1st, 2023. So in other words, we look at the date of the meal, not the tax year of the business claiming the deduction. Employers cannot treat either of the following as a restaurant for the purposes of the 100% meals deduction: an eating facility located on the business premises and used in furnishing meals excluded from an employee's gross income, or an employer-operated eating facility treated as a de minimis fringe benefit, even if the eating facility is operated by a third party under contract with the employer. We'll have more details on this topic in an upcoming issue of Spidell's Federal Tax Letter. For subscription information, go to caltax.com and click Publications. That's all for this week. Join us next time for another episode of Spidell's California Minute.